So this is the start of my second segmented project, and as you can see I've been rather busy during the last couple of weeks between jobs, and I have so far glued up 18 rings of various sizes. They're all 10 segment rings. They've all been sanded down apart from this one, which I've just got to take out of here and sand down so it will fit nice and flat on the rest. But what I've also done, if I just take this out first, I have used a waste block, hot glued a piece on here because it only needs to be on there temporarily, and I've glued the first two pieces together because I need to work on this top bit first, and I also find it easier to work going from the smallest at the bottom end to the widest on the outside end, to take it out on the inside. Now for this project, it's not key that the bit inside has to be a very good finish, so it's more key on the outside. So I'm going to take this bit on the lathe now, and I'm going to just shape this bit up, and the whole process is going to carry on with gluing small pieces together, maybe one or two rings at a time, and then turning them down. Right, so I've now hot glued the other end onto a waste block, and I'm now going to try and take this one off without causing too much damage. Hello, it's Paul here and welcome along everyone. My second segmented project, this time going with a few electronics inside. What I've done, I've also got a couple of controls on the back there. One's just to switch the motor on and off. I will switch that off at the minute just in case it's playing around with the noise. So that just purely and simply controls the motor. And there is a dimmable switch as well, because obviously LEDs can be very, very bright, especially when you get those straight in your eye. They only have a fairly narrow angle of direction, something like about 30 degrees. So today is February the 24th, and you're wondering probably why the video's only just been released on March the 24th, because this is for my wife's birthday and her birthday is March the 24th. So if you're watching today and Linda, my wife, is watching, happy birthday Linda, I hope you like it. Apologies, it has been a very long video. This has taken me probably 4 to 6 weeks to do, on and off between other projects. I think in all there's 19 rings in total, all the way up here with the couple on the top, which are 10 segment rings, and the very top one I've done a 5 segment ring. So there's 195 pieces there actually glued as segmented work. The problems I had, there's 2 or 3 problems. The glass, nice and easy, it was just an old drinks bottle, just cut the centre out and it worked a treat, so I worked around that basis. My biggest problem was making these little pieces here for the outsides. Because I wanted to make the rotating base so it looked like it was flashing, I therefore needed to bring cables up from inside to drop the light down from the top. So 2 of these are actually, I've had to literally drill right through. The smallest drill bit I've got is a 2mm drill bit, but it doesn't reach the length of that. And to drill it from both ends would be impossible to get lined up properly, because with it being so thin, and the drill bit itself being probably wobbly, soft pine, it would just skew off everywhere. So what I ended up having to do was I made those in 2 sections, and then did it that way. Right, the other major problem I had as well was the noise of the motor. I mean, I don't know whether you can actually hear that now, but that noise yesterday when I put this together was probably at least 10 times louder. The whole motor was vibrating through the whole thing totally. And if you'd noticed probably on the last clip when I was starting to do the electronics, the base underneath what the motor sits in was like a little platform, and I tried padding it out and everything, and it just didn't really dull it whatsoever, and it was going to be so tight. So in the end I just basically ripped all that framing off, and the packing that I actually got the motor in, just this foam stuff, I basically doubled that up, put it in the bottom first, put the bottom on, and that's actually, like I say, it's massively made a difference to the motor. There is still some vibration through there, but like I say, if you've got other noises going on in the house, like the TV or something like that, you're probably not even going to hear this, and as it's off again. The other thing you might have noticed on the video was when I actually turned this piece inside here, I had to do it as off-centre turning, basically because I didn't have a piece of wood wide enough for where I wanted to fit that base. So I thought, right, the easiest way is to do an off-centre turning, because my original plan was to basically just turn a cup of some sort, and then I was going to cut out that piece and keep the bottom. Now, if you'd probably noticed in the video, when I actually parted this bit off, it snapped off the base and flew off the lathe. So it wasn't an issue. In actual fact, it probably helped me, if anything, because I mean I was going to cut it off the base anyway, so it just gave me a smaller surface just to basically sand back and true up, and then I could turn the disc that I needed to glue it on. And like I say, with the off-centre turning, doing the curve on this then made it that much wider. So for finishing wise, I've done the same as I did on my last segmented project. I've used proper blonde shellac. Everything's had 10 coats. This top piece here took me about an hour, and the bottom piece here, when I did the things like the little extras, like the little, I've created a little knob on the dimmer switch. There's a couple of pieces inside, and the bit where the lights go into. That lot took me about an hour and a half to do the 10 coats, and then I've given it a coat of wood wax 22 and a coat of microcrystalline wax, just to give that bit of extra protection on the whole thing. So it's turned out really well. I'm running this off a 12-volt supply. I'm using at the moment an old computer power supply, which is what I usually use for my turntables and stuff like that. For the centre there, I used basically bought a pack of bearings, 10 bearings there. I mean, you'll obviously see it in the top there. I bought 10 of those, I think, for something like about £2 off eBay. So really dirt cheap. The motor, it's a 12-volt motor, geared motor, so it's got a really high torque. I bought that a while ago originally for my rotating platform, but I thought in the end that the speed was just wrong. I couldn't alter the speed, so that's why I went for my other option on there, and that's why I used it for this in the end, because I just thought once a rotation every 2 seconds was absolutely ideal for this. And I think really that the shellac does suit this pine. I just can't believe people don't turn pine. I mean, when you look at the grain on here all the way through, is absolutely amazing. I think it's just as nice as some of the other woods that we all turn. For tear out, absolute minimal. There really was barely any tear out whatsoever. I think I had one little piece on the back here where it did take out a little chunk, and I basically filled that with wood shavings and just some ordinary wood glue, which I've used through the whole process. Not used any super glue whatsoever, just to fill that hole up, and then sanded it back. And you're probably wondering as well, the thin wires I've got running down the side here and then running through the bottom there, I've got that big spindle rotating around, and to make sure that the wires don't catch, what I've actually done is I've used the hot glue gun, and I've just basically pinned the wires down the side, one down each side to down the bottom, and I think round the bottom as well, so that there's no way that those wires will come loose or anything like that, catching the spindle and rip the whole lot out. So if this is your first time here, I do a lot of different projects, regular projects. Nothing really just follows on all the while, it's just random things. So please do hit the subscribe button, and you can come along, see all the different things I'm making. For my existing subscribers, again, a big thank you very much for keep coming back. Hope you like this one, and again, like I say, sorry for the length of the video. There has been well over 200 clips making this, and I didn't even film any of the glue up for the actual segments themselves. So it's been an absolute nightmare to sort this video out. So again, thank you all very much for watching. I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, hit the share button. Please do leave some comments below, because I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this, and in a way I'm pleased it's over, because it's been such a big project and so long to do. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.